The Bahamas Building Code will undergo a review as efforts are made to improve construction standards in the country, particularly in coastal communities. President of the Bahamian Contractors Association gives his take on that announcement by the Public Works Minister. Cleopatra Murphy has more.
With what appears to be an increase in the frequency and intensity of major hurricanes hitting the Bahamas in recent years, President of the Bahamian Contractors Association, Leonard Sands, is welcoming plans by Minister of Public Works, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, to conduct a review of the country's building code.
I think the minister mentioned that there needs to be a consideration for at least information to architects and engineers about Title C historical data, Title C levels, whether this area is prone to flooding or not. That information should be readily available.
Sands says the guidelines are already in the Bahamas' building code, but says greater enforcement is necessary to help the country to avoid much of the devastation that occurred in the southern Bahamas during two recent storms.
The code itself is extremely good. It stands among the best inside our region, but again, we fail with enforcement. And it's the lack of personnel to enforce the code. At any one time, you could go to the Ministry of Works, and they could tell you we have hundreds of permits being reviewed. That's a lot, hundreds of permits, but you don't have hundreds of personnel.
The association's president says he also approves of plans to go after persons who build without going through the proper channels. That ultimately hurts the industry. He says if the minister is serious about compliance, the Ministry of Works will require more compliance officers.
It has to happen that way because one guy can't take it this entire island. You may need just 2 or 3 guys to deal with the compliance according to the Building Act. Just in southwestern province, then another 3 guys for the west, then another couple guys for the east. This is a small island, but the density of construction makes it a lot of things you may have to do in one day.
He says the construction industry contributes $1.5 to $2 billion to the economy annually, so he is all for regulation to the sector's betterment. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.